Good evening, Providence Catholic. I heard a couple people, thank you. Good evening, Providence Catholic. Thank you so much. Welcome to our families, the families of our graduates, the immediate and extended families of the Providence family. Welcome to our graduation ceremony. Thank you for your patience and understanding and cooperation with our decision of graduation inside. We are hopeful the storm comes through about 9 o'clock, which means everybody should get out of here safely. I was afraid if we had it outside, the graduates would fly off with their caps, so I'm glad we moved it in. Please turn off all electronic devices, and if you are thinking right now yours is off, yours is the one that's going to go off. So please, on the way here, I checked my phone because it's always off and it was on. So please check to make sure all electronic devices, all drones, all everything are off. Yesterday, we were blessed with a dignified behavior during our baccalaureate Mass. It really was a beautiful Mass. I asked for the same response during this graduation ceremony. This is a ceremony, not a celebration. The celebration will begin later tonight or at a later date. There is a certain decorum that is followed, as this class really deserves a ceremony that recognizes their accomplishments individually and communally. I make a personal appeal to not make silly noises or cheer when a graduate's name is mentioned, because the laughter that accompanies this may interfere with the next name, and every graduate and every family deserves to hear the name of their student. So please don't be an interruption or a distraction. Thank you for entrusting your children to us. Let's give them a well-deserved and respectful ceremony. Thanks so much. We'll begin with the alma mater by the Providence Choir.
Praise to thee we sing. As we begin all things, we begin tonight's graduation ceremony with prayer presented by Father Rich Young.
I'd ask all to stand. And gentlemen, please remove your caps. Dear God, we come together this day to honor these young men and women as they move on to the next part of their journey. We thank you for their presence in our lives, the privilege to witness their growth as sons and daughters, as friends, as students, as good people, and even more, as your children. We thank you, too, for their contributions to our Providence community, for their creativity, for their critical thinking and questioning, for their focused effort in so many classes and activities, and for their service to each other and to the least among us. You have called all of us Augustinian educators to be companions and guides to these young people, to form them in mind and heart, to encourage and challenge them to embody the values of truth, unity, and love, not just for today, but for the future, not just for ourselves, but for the world. Indeed, you have blessed us as they have been our teachers in so many ways. I am grateful that you are a God who walks with us. I ask you now on behalf of us all, journey with these graduates. Give them a restless heart to share their gifts, to make a difference in the world, to reveal your love to all. We thank you on this special day, Lord, that through them and with you, we are all something greater together. I'd ask now for our seniors for one final time to lead us in the prayer we prayed every day, the act of consecration to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Eternal and ever-living Father, I offer you everything I do this day, my work, my prayers, my play, all my thoughts, my time with family and friends, my hours of relaxation, my difficulties, problems, distress, which I shall try to bear with patience. Join these, my gifts, to the unique offering, which Jesus Christ, your Son, renews today in the Eucharist. Grant, I pray, that guided by the Holy Spirit and united to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, my life this day may be of service to you and to all you send into my life, so that we can continue to respond with love to the mystery of your call to be your special people. Amen. Heart of Jesus, burning with love for us, you have made us for yourself, O Lord. And gentlemen, you may put your caps back on, and if you would all be seated.
Welcome once again to the graduation ceremony for Providence Catholic High School's class of 2024. My name is Paul Houston, and I'm blessed to be the principal. I want to begin by thanking the graduates. Thank you for 4 years of hard work and perseverance, for sharing and developing your gifts and talents. Thank you for the countless ways you made us proud, made us think, made us laugh and cry, and made us see God's goodness in you. I also want to thank the parents, guardians, family, and friends of our graduates for all your support and for your commitment to these graduates and to their education. Your example, dedication, sacrifice, and influence produced amazing young women and men. Thank you for sharing them with us. Our school is better and our lives are richer because of them. Graduation is a time of both joy and reflection. My reflection for you seniors is a verse from a song entitled "Head Full of Doubt, Road Full of Promise," which may be an apt description for some of you today. If that is the case, please know it's okay. Most of the adults in this room were in that same place at some time, and we can assure you that your roads are full of promise. There's a sound wave print generated from the song that's a wall hanging in my office, visually representing in waves the entire song, and the verse I want to share with you seniors is this: when nothing is owed, deserved, or expected, and your life doesn't change by the one that's elected, if you're loved by someone, you're never rejected. Decide what to be and go be it. It is time, graduates. If you have not already done so, decide what to be and go be it. Don't let anyone else tell you what to be, and don't let anyone stop you from becoming the person you want to be and creating the life you want to live. You will always be loved by many someones here at Providence, and you will never be rejected if you want to visit Providence in the future. Congratulations, class of 2024. We pray you keep learning, keep growing, keep making yourselves and the world better. We are excited at all we have seen you do, and we're filled with hope for what your futures hold. God bless you, we love you, and to quote St. Augustine, God provides the wind, but man must raise the sail. Thank you. Our first award this evening is the Student Council Student of the Year. The Student of the Year award is given to a senior member of Student Council who has shown outstanding leadership and service to the Providence Catholic community. This year's recipient is incredibly well-rounded and is dedicated to excellence in his academic, athletic, leadership, and service endeavors. He brings energy, enthusiasm, and positivity to our school every day. He served this year as Student Council President. Congratulations to the Student Council Student of the Year, Christopher Piazza. Each year, our fine arts teachers select one outstanding student as Fine Arts Student of the Year. This year, they selected a young woman who has consistently shown the best attitude in any circumstance, be it difficult or easy. She has been a reliable and flexible student in the Providence Catholic Music Department, playing multiple instruments. She was a valuable member of the Honors Band, Jazz Band, Pep Band, and Theater Pit, and she was chosen for the Illinois Music Honor Society. She played the flute at an all-school mass this year. And if that were not enough, she even found time to participate in art club. One nominating teacher said she is a student who, quote, flies under the radar, doing everything right, but quietly so she might not be noticed. Well, we noticed. I am pleased to present the Fine Arts Student of the Year Award to Emily Weinstock.
Each graduation, the Providence Catholic Athletic Department honors seniors with its two most prestigious awards. The first award is the Jaime Garcia Scholastic Athlete Award. This award is given to the senior who has shown excellence both academically in the classroom and in the athletic arena. He is a member of the National Honor Society, an Augustinian scholar, AP scholar, and a 3-time CCL All-Academic Scholar athlete. Athletically, he is an all-conference selection and captain on the football team. He is one of those players that makes everyone around them better. As a fierce competitor, he's a natural leader and the most caring teammate. He's the first ever Providence athlete to receive the highly coveted National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Award to recognize his excellence in academics, football, and in community involvement. He'll be attending Dayton University. Please welcome to the stage the 2024 Jaime Garcia Scholastic Athlete, Mr. Chris Piazza. The second award is the Senior Athletic Spirit Award. It is given to the senior who exemplifies the Celtic spirit, either by participation or by support of the athletic department, and is selected by the Providence Catholic coaching staff. This year we have co-winners. Both are on the baseball team, one being a captain. They both participated in football. One is a scholar athlete, while the other is sports medicine and world religions award winner. Both have exhibited constant support and a true Celtic passion with their dedication to Providence Catholic athletics and its programs. One will be attending Milwaukee Area Technical College to continue his baseball career, while the other will be attending Dayton University. Please welcome to the stage the 2024 recipients of the Athletic Spirit Award, Mr. Patrick Wajda and Mr. Mitchell Volz.
While Providence opened it on its present site in 1962, by 1969 it was in grave financial difficulty. The Bishop of the Diocese of Joliet, Romeo Blanchette, boldly followed the Spirit of God and rejected the Diocesan Board of Education's unanimous recommendation to close Providence. A man of vision, he wanted a Catholic high school to meet the needs of the Catholic population on the east side of Joliet. Because of his foresight, courage, and pastoral concern, we add the class of 2024 to the heritage and history that is Providence Catholic. Bishop Blanchette was seriously ill for the last 3 years of his life, and he offered up his suffering for the people of the diocese. His deep love of God and God's people was inspiring, and it is kept alive in the spirituality of the Providence family. In his memory, the Bishop Blanchette Award was established, recognizing a young man and a young woman of the senior class who model in an exceptional way the message of Jesus Christ. The young lady is a sacristan, Kairos leader, and puts love into action daily. She is kind, compassionate, a friend to everyone, and always willing to volunteer to help. The young man is a sacristan, Kairos leader, and always has a smile on his face. He is respectful, trustworthy, inclusive, kind, and models servant leadership on a daily basis. With great pride and pleasure, I invite to the stage this year's recipients of the Bishop Blanchette Award, Emily Amon and Michael Gruss. The Bishop Caffer Leadership Award was established in 1986 in honor of Bishop Roger Caffer, who served as principal of Providence Catholic for 14 years. At the time he was appointed, Providence was a small and struggling school. Through Bishop Caffer's motivation, dedication, relentless work, and deep faith, the foundation was laid for the school we see today. Bishop Caffer is remembered as a leader because of his belief in Providence, God, and the school. As principal, he prayed with each incoming freshman family and was devoted to the Sacred Heart. He called Providence Catholic High School his parish and ministered tirelessly while building successful spiritual, academic, extracurricular, and athletic programs. Each year, the administration and faculty are proud to confer the award in honor of Bishop Caffer on a young man and a young woman of the senior class. She is a sacristan, Kairos leader, and Eucharistic minister. She has been described as friendly, kind-hearted, and determined. She is a person of integrity and is an excellent example of someone who lives out the Augustinian values. He is a sacristan, Kairos leader, and Eucharistic minister. He has been described as an exemplary leader with an incredible work ethic who is positive and respectful to all. His calm demeanor reflects his honest nature, and he truly lives out his faith. With great pride and pleasure, I invite to the stage this year's recipients of the Bishop Caffer Award, Sophia Thormeyer and Kaden Bowdick.
The Providence Catholic Augustinian Scholar Distinction was created in 2020 to honor those outstanding students who have striven to push themselves academically over the past 4 years and earn the top 10 grade point averages of the graduating class. These students are awarded with the Augustinian Scholar Stole to wear over their gown at graduation. And so the Augustinian Scholars of the class of 2024 are Kaden Bowdick, John Berenger, Anne-Marie Chevariette, Rose Daly, Dominic Ford, Zachary Ford, Joseph Gelanese, Joseph McLuhan, Noah Oliver, Christopher Piazza, Ann Pyatt. We would like to thank these seniors for the hard work, determination, and dedication they have demonstrated over the past 4 years. Congratulations to you all.
Honoring the valedictorian and salutatorian at graduation is a long-standing tradition of academic institutions. Recognizing the excellence of these individuals is something Providence values greatly. I am proud to announce the first co-salutatorian of the class of 2024, Caden Baudek. Caden is the son of Brian and Kim Baudek of Joliet. Caden attended Troy Middle School and is a parishioner at Holy Family Parish in Shorewood. Would Caden's parents please stand and be recognized? While at Providence, Caden has been a member of the math team, student council, and AYM, and served as student ambassador. He played in the Providence band freshman year and attended the Student Augustinian Values Institute sophomore year. Caden is a member of the Spanish Honor Society and National Honor Society, and he served as a sacristan and a kairos leader. Athletically, Caden was a member of the football and baseball teams freshman through junior year. His academic honors include English 1, Geometry, Spanish, AP Statistics, Pre-Calculus, Physics, AP Biology, AP Calculus, AP English, AP European History, and Sacraments. Caden is an AP Scholar with Honor, an Illinois Scholar, and an Augustinian Scholar. This fall, Caden will attend the University of Notre Dame, majoring in neuroscience with a minor in theology. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to introduce you to co-salutatorian Caden Baudek. I'm also proud to announce the second co-salutatorian, Dominic Ford. Dominic is the son of Mike and Lori Ford of Mokina. Dominic attended St. Mary's School in Mokina, where he is also a parishioner. Would Dominic's parents please stand and be recognized? While at Providence, Dominic has been a member of Student Council, AYM, Math Team, Habitat for Humanity, and Chess Club. As a senior, he served as a student ambassador and co-founded the Stock Market Club. He is a member of the National Honor Society and National French Honor Society. Dominic served as a sacristan and as a kairos leader. Athletically, Dominic was a member of the basketball team as a freshman and the baseball team freshman to junior years. His academic honors include being named a National Merit Commended Scholar, receiving the National French Contest Certificate of Merit, and AP Biology Award. He is an AP Scholar with Honor, an Illinois State Scholar, and an Augustinian Scholar. This fall, Dominic will be attending the University of Notre Dame, majoring in accounting with a minor in theology. It is a privilege to introduce you to co-salutatorian Dominic Ford. And I am proud to announce the third co-salutatorian of the class of 2024, Joseph Gelanese. Joseph is the son of Joe and Dawn Gelanese of Joliet. He attended Liberty Junior High and is a parishioner of St. Jude, New Lenox. Would Joseph's parents please stand and be recognized? While at Providence, Joseph has been a member of Habitat for Humanity. He attended the Student Augustinian Values Institute his sophomore year. He is a member of the National Honor Society and served as a sacristan. His academic honors include Old Testament, French 1, AP English, and AP Statistics. Joseph was named a National French Contest bronze medalist. He is an AP Scholar with Honor, an Illinois State Scholar, and an Augustinian Scholar. This fall, Joseph plans to study neuroscience and philosophy at Northwestern University. It's a privilege to introduce you to co-salutatorian Joseph Gelinese.
Good evening, family, friends, classmates, and distinguished guests. On behalf of myself and somehow 2 more salutatorians, I'd like to welcome everyone to this momentous day in our lives. When the 3 of us were talking about this, we wondered how we got to this point and thought about all the obstacles, people, and events that got us to where we are. This led us to an interesting parallel of our lives, the Wizard of Oz. We all traveled our yellow brick roads like Dorothy and struggled as our newfound friends did. First, Dorothy meets the Scarecrow. However, the Scarecrow has a problem. He says, "I haven't got a brain, only straw," and resolves to get one on his trek with Dorothy. In our own lives, we certainly felt like the Scarecrow at times, when we felt like we didn't have a brain in some way, whether intellectually or otherwise. Nearly everyone has experienced a time where they did not believe they were intelligent enough. For me, that was when I'd get cold called by Miss Gura in class, and then instead of answering the question, I'd stare at her blankly. Afterwards, I'd really wonder if I had a brain. In most cases, though, a bad test grade, a wrong answer, or a lack of some knowledge may lead us to believe that we are without a brain. The brain holds far more than our intelligence, though. It controls and promotes everything that we are, our personality, speech, thoughts, and everything in between. By literally having one, we criticize ourselves for not saying something, for thinking something, or for being and acting a certain way we do not like. Thinking like this may lead us to spiral and not realize our worth, truly convincing ourselves that we don't have intellect at all, like the Scarecrow. All this doubt, uncertainty, and confusion is natural, as what these past 4 years were for. To feel we didn't have or possess something, experience these emotions, and then grow and appreciate the times we knew for certain we have a brain. Like when we navigated the dreadful online learning freshman year, or finally understood trig functions the next, or mustered up the patience to take the ACT, or as of late, figured out how to apply to college. Hopefully our time here, with support from peers, families, and teachers, we could come to some understanding that we really do have a brain. Once the Scarecrow gets to Oz, though, he realizes that he actually had a brain all along and was far wiser than he thought. This is true for all of us. God gave us everything that we have, everything that we are, and everything that we need. However, this doesn't mean we can immediately stop doubting ourselves. The times we think we don't have a brain are critical, but the knowledge that we do, and we are good enough, can help us push forward, work through the struggles, and embrace the one that we have. So now, as we venture into our adult lives, let's acknowledge the brains God has given us and realize that we are more than we think we are. Let's use the knowledge that we do have a brain, we are intelligent, and we do have worth, and go into our lives with an attitude of confidence. So, class of 2024, value your brain, value who you are, and know what you're worth. Thank you. However, our journey isn't done. Caden will talk to you about how Dorothy stumbles across the Tin Man, who longs for nothing more than a heart.
Before I continue Dorothy's journey, I would be remiss if I did not include a part of my journey to where I am now, one that started 8 years ago. I was at my sister's graduation, and she, wearing her Augustinian scholar's stole, had just come out of the Rialto and met a swarm of congratulations, pride, and love from my family. When she finally came to me, though, like any good sibling, I did not say how proud I was or that I loved her. Instead, I told her, "Yeah, I'm going to do better than you." So here I am, 8 years later, demonstrating how the youngest sibling is always the best. However, a lesson I learned along the way is so what? So what if I got better grades than my sister? So what if I studied a bit more than some of my classmates? The world does not become a better place just because I did well on a test. I have always had a knack for learning, but as theology taught us, a key part of our vocation is that it should benefit our community. We all have different strengths, many of which we are content to keep to ourselves. However, sharing our gifts is a way not only to express our gratitude for these abilities, but our love and thanks for those who help them come to fruition. The Tin Man said, "I shall take the heart," For brains do not make one happy, and happiness is the best thing in the world. Heart, like many gifts, is only so good if we keep it to ourselves. For instance, when I look back and think of some of my favorite memories over these last 4 years, not a single one comes to mind where I'm alone. Whether harvest drives, prom, kairos, or everyday conversations, these moments were only as good as they were because I shared them with people I deeply care about. For this, I thank every one of you for displaying this love to me. Part of compassion, though, is not only loving someone, but enduring hardships with them as well. After all, compassion literally means to suffer with. I am only as close with my friends as I am because of our struggles together. Whether it was a tough day at practice or hearing the dreaded "ma in Spanish, our mutual suffering only strengthened our bond. In class of 2024, we most certainly have been through our fair share of lows together. For instance, in the mess that was freshman hybrid year, we were coming into a new school where it took more than a year to meet our whole class, yet we took it in stride. Without seeing each other's faces, we still went out of our way to foster relationships that have lasted until now and will go far into the future. From the get-go, we as a class were showing love to one another, despite our suffering and the typical freshman year confusion. I could not be prouder to call this class my own. Nevertheless, as we stand here now, nervous and excited to begin the next chapter of our lives, I urge you not to forget the care and compassion you have demonstrated here at Providence. The Munchkins once told Dorothy, "Our hearts are big and kind, as are all the hearts of all who do good in our beautiful world," and I could not think of a more perfect way to describe our class. Just by being part of our class, you have shown me the big and kind hearts in every one of you. We've embodied what it means to be an Augustinian community, one embedded in truth, in unity, and most importantly, in love. Class of 2024, we have the amazing opportunity to impact countless lives in the coming years, as you have already done with mine and so many others here. So seniors, we are going to face countless decisions for the rest of our lives, some big, some small. However, no matter where you are, remember to always take the heart, because even the Tin Man knew, heart is a thing that brains cannot create and that money cannot buy. Perhaps after all, it is I who am the richest in all the world. Thank you. Next on our journey, Dominic will reflect on Dorothy's final companion, the Cowardly Lion.
Good evening, everyone. I promise I'm the last salutatorian. I know you're all waiting to hear my brother, Zach, speak, so I'll try to keep it quick. Thank you to family, the devoted faculty and staff, and the entire senior class for the best 4 years I could ask for. I would also like to thank the registrar. She's pretty great too. The third and final companion Dorothy meets on her way to the Emerald City is the Cowardly Lion. The lion is searching for bravery. As we journey our yellow brick road called life, we are going to face many challenging moments, many impossible choices. Courage will be vital to our success. Having courage does not mean we suddenly lack fear. In fact, as the line states, true courage isn't facing danger when you are afraid. It is about embracing adversity, facing it head on, even when we are scared. To do this, we must have the courage to fail. Failure forces us to grow. It forces us to learn about ourselves. For me, I cannot recall a time over the last 4 years when failure did not eventually make me a better person. Whether it was doing badly on a test, performing poorly on the sports field, or disagreeing with loved ones, each setback forced me to work harder, exposed me to new opportunities, and taught me how to forgive and empathize with others. Failure has made me the person I am today. So, when adversity strikes, don't get upset or lose confidence in your ability. Instead, ask God where He is pointing you. Additionally, we must have the courage to ask for help. We are not on this journey alone. Over the last 4 years, we have formed an enduring bond with each other. We stuck together during the adversity of COVID-19. We rallied around our 2023 state runner-up football team, and we solidified our bond on Kairos, as well as during all the memorable experiences we shared amidst our final month as seniors. Our families, too, were there for it all. They made the sacrifice of sending us to Providence, They drove us around before we were old enough to ruin our cars in that gravel lot. And they lifted us up after a bad day at school. Remember, there's no place like home. Providence will always be our home, and we will always have each other. This community is here to walk with us on our journey. Allow them to walk with us. Finally, we must have the courage to believe in ourselves. As the lion's journey unfolds, it is evident he has an abundance of courage. He simply lacks confidence in himself. When we are introduced to the lion, I'm reminded of myself and most of us walking through the doors of Providence back in 2020. I was a small, scared freshman searching for the courage to meet new people, try new things, and raise my hand in class. Now, here we are 4 years later, and due to the belief instilled in us by our loving families, encouraging teachers, and caring friends, our courage has grown exponentially. It is undeniable that all of us, as we gather here today, possess greater belief in ourselves than we did 4 years ago. We must continue to grow even as we leave Providence. Each of us can change the world if we believe in ourselves, believe in what we do, embrace failure, and allow those around us to build us up. To borrow the words of the Wizard of Oz, you have plenty of courage, I am sure. All you need is confidence in yourself. Class of 2024, value your mind, follow your heart, and have the courage to change the world one day at a time. Thank you.
I am proud to announce the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Zachary Ford. Zach is the son of Mike and Lori Ford. He attended St. Mary Mokina Catholic School, of which he is also a parishioner. Would Zach's parents please stand and be recognized? While at Providence, Zach was a member of Student Council, Math Team, AYM, and he served as Student Ambassador. He is a member of the French Honor Society and National Honor Society and served as a sacristan. Athletically, Zach was a member of the basketball team all 4 years and the baseball team freshman and sophomore year. His academic honors include being named a National Merit Commended Scholar, earning the National French Contest Certificate of Honor, placing second in the Regional Geometry Individual Competition, placing first in the Regional Geometry Team Competition, and being a member of 3 Math Team Regional Championships. Zach is a CCL Scholar Athlete for basketball, an AP Scholar with Honor, an Illinois State Scholar, and an Augustinian Scholar. This fall, Zach will be attending the University of Notre Dame, majoring in engineering. It's a privilege to introduce you to the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Zach Ford.
Good evening. This is probably the first time many of my classmates have heard my voice. Note to self, if you mess up, just continue on and act like nothing happened. Sorry, that was in parentheses. I don't know. All right. When I was preparing to give this speech, Mr. Houston said it had to be under 10 minutes, so I had to cut 40 minutes out. But with the time I have, I want to give a sincere thank you to the faculty, staff, and parents for making these past 4 years so incredible. Thank you to my parents for giving me so much love and support. Thank you to my coaches for being role models for me, especially Coach Trendle, Coach Murphy, and Coach Steffner. Thank you to all the other coaches that hold a special place in our hearts. And congratulations to our salutatorians, especially Caden and Joey. You two are like brothers to me. but seriously, congratulations to all three of you, including Dominic. I also want to take a moment to thank Father Rich for making the commute here today. Okay. Finally, congratulations to the class of 2024. So by now, you all know that I have no idea what I'm doing. But 4 years ago, none of us really did. As freshmen entering high school in the middle of a pandemic, we were all uncertain and scared. We wondered, would we make friends? Would we make sports teams? When will this pandemic end? We barely knew what anyone looked like. Nevertheless, we made the best of a bad situation. The faculty and staff organized outdoor assemblies and tried to capture that feeling of community that defines Providence while making sure not to pop anyone's 6-foot bubble. And then we got a little more comfortable in our sophomore and junior years. As our second year went on, we literally and metaphorically removed our masks and got closer to each other. We began to ask deeper, more important questions like who are we, and which teachers care whether we put our phones in the phone pocket. We celebrated homecomings and we won harvest drives by incredible margins. We danced, we laughed, we cried. Despite so much uncertainty, one thing we were certain about was that when JCA came to our house junior year on a playoff Saturday, we would be storming the field covered in baby powder and energized by the feeling of victory after the game. We won't talk about what happened this year, but it was an incredible run nevertheless. It seems like our senior year went by in a flash. We soaked everything in one last time. Prom was a blast. The fireworks were beautiful. But many of the events I just described were things that don't happen very often. And sometimes people focus so much on finding the beauty in rare things that they miss it in the everyday things and the people God sends into their life. Just because something is more common doesn't mean it isn't as special as something that's rare. While those fireworks at prom were beautiful, they are nothing compared to the way Coach Tommy effortlessly makes us laugh just by being himself, or the way Father Rich asks his students how they're doing when no one else seems to be watching. They pale in comparison to Mr. Freeman's "What's Up in the Halls" and Mrs. Patempa's gentleness and kindness towards everyone. I'd trade going to prom for one last conversation with my friends in TDT, or one last bike ride around the neighborhood before we all got our driver's licenses, because many of these important moments pass us by when we don't even know it's our last time experiencing them. For parents, it may be playing catch in the yard, or simply holding your child before they got so big. This beauty we are surrounded by on a daily basis is undoubtedly a sign of God's presence. And I'm not sure how some of you would define success, but I know it looks like what I just described. I think it has more to do with caring for those around you and supporting those around you than it does with producing a quantifiable result. So as we look into the future while reflecting on our past, we realize that life is a cycle of uncertainties. Whether it's when we are entering college, applying for a job, becoming parents, or trying to figure out what name is being said over the loudspeaker at the end of the day. But despite a constantly changing world, our faith, the people that love us, and the memories we made here will be a constant guiding force. And if that's still not enough to ease our fears, I will quote Conan O'Brien. Nobody really knows what they're doing, but we can do two things with this information. We can choose to be scared by it, or we can choose to be liberated by it. I think we should choose to be liberated by it here at Providence. By remembering that everyone is at some level a little scared and uncertain, we can give ourselves the freedom to be authentically ourselves, create our own path, and place our trust in God. But at the very least, all this uncertainty should give us the courage to have empathy for others by recognizing everyone's innate vulnerability. If there's one thing we learned from Providence, it is the importance of having empathy and forming relationships with those around you. So do what you love, but do it with love and gentleness towards others, and you will be successful. I'll finish up by sharing a quote from a famous paper salesman and Cornell alum that goes something like this: "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." I think the only thing this quote really proves is that this paper salesman never went to Providence Catholic. Because regardless of whether we live 10 feet away or 10 countries away, this will always be our house, these people will always be our home, and let's be honest, we always knew that these were the good old days. And if we carry the lessons we learned here to whatever crazy places life takes us, if we remember how to make the best of circumstances beyond our control, how to find the beauty in the mundane, how to be ourselves, and most importantly, how to love, then hopefully the good old days will never have to end. Thank you.
St. Augustine wrote, "All people are to be loved equally, but since you cannot be of service to everyone, you have to take greater care of those who are more closely joined to you, by a turn, so they say, of fortune's wheel, whether by occasion of place or time, or any such circumstance. In the same way as you are unable to take care of all your neighbors, treat it as the luck of the draw when time and circumstances bring some into closer contact with you than others." I think that insight by St. Augustine is worthy of further reflection, particularly at a time when one voice can make a tremendous and far-reaching impact on our world, for good and for bad. Social media can magnify our influence in ways foreign to the understanding of St. Augustine. Although his thoughts were the primary influence on the formation of Christian thinking for 800 years. Not bad for a guy without Instagram or even a cell phone. His greatest influencer was Jesus Christ and the gospel. Your class has already made an impact on the larger Providence family and on our tradition. You have noteworthy achievements: 58 Illinois State Scholars, 1 National Merit Winner, 3 Commended Scholars, 1 Recognized Scholar. 13% of your class scored 30 or higher on the ACT, and you were offered over $47 million in scholarships and accepted over $13 million, and the average scholarship accepted saved your parents over $21,000 annually in college costs. 97% of your class will be continuing their education directly after graduation. Your service to the school and the community has been immeasurable, to be counted in the relationships established and help offered, rather than the hours served. These are the common measures used for success in high school, but the most important difference you will make in the world begins with those closest to you. The most significant measurement of success is love. I hope and pray you have learned that here. Your families, the teachers and staff here, your friends, we have all told you that you are lovable and capable. Your first day officially on this campus, we said that. It's a consistent and I hope convincing message. You are lovable and capable. Now act like it. Make your mark by beginning with the people nearest you. As Augustine wisely notes, love God and your neighbor. That's the foundation of our faith. You will have the chance to change the world by caring for the people in your immediate orbit. Because believe me, the world is looking for strong, confident, faith-filled leaders who demonstrate compassion by listening, generosity by giving time, courage by opening their hearts to the needs of others. You will change the world, one person at a time, one day at a time, one act of kindness at a time. That is the measure of success. Thank you for who you are and what you shared with us and with the world. It is truly an honor and a privilege to have shared these past 4 years with you, and it is with great joy that I present the graduating class of 2024 of Providence Catholic High School for the conferral of diplomas.
Caden Baudick. John Berenger. Anne-Marie Chevariat. Rose Daly. Dominic Ford. Zachary Ford. Joseph Gelanese. Joseph McLuhan. Noah Oliver. Christopher Piazza. Ann Pyatt. Jada Akrush. Mia Alvarado. Emily Amon. Nora Aragoni. Gino Ariema. Olivia Babbage. Sophia Bader. Isabella White. James Barry. Sophia Bastos. Gabrielle Bednar. Matthew Berenger. Alexandra Beltran. Mia Belinsky. Jack Bohanchik. Madison Bolden. Joseph Brasky. Benjamin Bunda. Devin Burklow. Carson Burris. Ava Caldwell. Isabella Cardamone. Finbar Carroll. Haley Chetnick. Joseph Siacha. Max Clark. McKenna Colbert. Joseph Conrad. Peter Conser. Olivia Cosgrove. Colin Crane. Elizabeth Crotty. Joseph Degner. Xavier Del Toro. Natalie Demore. Isabella Didiana. Aubrey DiGiovanni. Cameron Dick. Ava Dudak. Jacqueline Dudas. Lucas Ducups. Sean Dusak. Lauren Dzansky. Rachel Fott. Nicolo Felice. Morgan Fick. Matthew Fleming. Evangelina Gabrisco. Faith Gade. Lauren Gade. Anastasia Galvin. Ethan Gantz. Alex Gibson. Grace Golbiowski. Carter Goslinowski. Jacob Goslin. John Greenwood. Andrew Gregory. Michael Gruss. Kira Guminiak. Julia Gergel. Claire Hall. Gavin Hall. Bruno Hansel. Ari Harris. Logan Healy. Morgan Hogeveen. Matthew Huff. Megan Houlihan. Madison Hudek. Maura Hurley. Christina Hurtado. Isabella Hurtado. Simon Yanekiev. Robert Jenner. Alexander Jensen. Rina Jung. Abigail Johnson. Caden Kazmarek. Noah Kelleher. Bianca Kois. Edward Kono. Alexis Kosick. Madison Koss. Christopher Krabby. Isaac Krabby. Justin Crutchen. Joseph Cook. Robert Cutt. Adriana Lawson. Benjamin Lechner. Sophie Lind. Kyle Lipke. Grace Lovejoy. Alexander Lubinsky. Jacob Majewski. Peyton Mandak. Abigail Martin. Angeline Mastro. Sophia Mastro. Ethan Matten. Amy Matuszewski. Margaret McCarthy. Sean McGrath. Daniel Metzger. Braden Milazzo. Marnie Moran. Isabella Mori. Dylan Mott. Tyler Mott. Joshua Nelson. Caden Nickel. Michael O'Connor. Kaylee O'Gorman. Natalie O'Grady. Byron Olson. Matthew Andrasik. Jen O'Shea. Kaylee O'Sullivan. Anthony Pagliaro. Angeles Pilata. Gino Papes. Colin Parker. Isabella Pascal. Nicholas Pavlis. Nicholas Pecco. Lillian Pear. Gia Permy. Ella Phelps. Brian Pilon. Jacob Pilon. Tyler Pilon. Emily Pintoy. Grace Pertil. Alessandra Ramirez. Devin Reynolds. Alexander Rios. Michael Roberson. Michael Sanfratello. Tyler Santry. Gianna Scapoletto. Kaylee Schwartz. Zachary Schwartz. Michael Sestic. Colin Sheehan. Caitlin Singler. Jackson Smith. Justice Snap. Sydney Spencer. Isabella Stepanovich. Elise Staub. Luz Tellez. Tyshawn Thomas. Sophia Thormeyer. Joshua Torreblanca. Jamari Tribbett. Tatum Tyke. Anna Allsmith. Elena Utz. Luis Valdez. Elizabeth Vargas. And Danilo Vasilik. Isabella Velasquez. Mitchell Volz. Patrick Wajda. Haley Ward. Jaden Warren. Emily Weinstock. Carson Weiss. Cassandra Werner. William Wilson. Keegan Whitty.
Love you, Mom.
Ryan Wolniakowski. Abigail Young. Zachary Zambrisky. Rylan Zielinski. Adriana Zopa. Class of 2024, I invite you now to move your tassels to the other side. In the words of Adele, welcome to the other side.
First, I'd like to applaud you for making this such a memorable and dignified ceremony. I thank you. Graduates, would you please either find your parents visually or just applaud, give them some recognition? I thank you for them. Make a difference. Be the beautiful gift you are. You will make a difference. The Lord is with you. And with your spirit. May Almighty God indeed bless and protect us all, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. After we leave, go in peace.